Tinctures or extractions? Okay. Decoctions? Tonics? Okay. Okay. They usually use about an ounce of herbs. Now, if I'm running low, I may use like a little less than an ounce. But what it is it extracts, first off, before I go any further, herbal infusion has, like I said, it's water. Like you want to use steaming, boiling water over the herb, cap it so that it does not, the good minerals and vitamins do not evaporate. Otherwise, there's no use in drinking it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a decoction.
Decoction?
Mm-hmm. It extracts constituents from plants, but also from hard or tough plant material. Anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, anti-rheumatic, and anti-allergenic. They help modify biologic responses to allergens, viruses, and carcinogens. These water infusions will also extract proteins. Saponins come out in infusions. Now, by the way, I should say, I hope writing it down and looking it up later. Saponins come out in infusions. They are basically plant soaps that ease joint pain and inflammation. Infusions also extract plant sugars and tannins and will extract volatile oils if you put a lid on the container when you make the infusion. Plants with the more heavier properties, like alkaloids, should only be used occasionally when we need it. Infusions don't have to be just for nourishment. They can be to help us get through something. Say if we have gallstones that need to break up, you want to make a chamomile infusion and steep that for 2 hours and then strain it. It's not going to taste good, I won't lie. It won't taste good, but it'll be really good to help you get through something. Help 2 ounces or half a cup of bark, seed, or leather leaves, like hawthorn berries or berries themselves for each quart of water. Bring it to a boil, then reduce it to a simmer from 20 to 40 minutes. We'll get vitamins, minerals, bitters, flavonoids, more proteins, saponins, sugars, and some waxes. It's twice as much as an infusion because it's heavy plant material, and it's great for any other roots. You strain out the plant material when done simmering. Let's see. Oh, and what I hadn't said was, it's not necessarily wrong to make a medicinal tea, but it's just not going to be steeped as long as an infusion. A medicinal tea, when I'm going to make a medicinal tea, say if somebody has an upset stomach or they have cough and I need it sooner than later, I just let it steep 15 to 20 minutes balm for a cough. And that's the most I steep it for, is 15 to 20 minutes. But if it's just for enjoyment, it's only going to be 3 to 7 minutes. So, but the medicinal teas or the infusions and decoctions, these things, they still have the ability to support the body towards health. Now, on tinctures, in the simplest terms, a tincture is a concentrated liquid extract made with herbs. Tincturing herbs is another safe and effective way to preserve fresh, homegrown herbs, one that our ancestors knew very well. Tinctures can be created using a variety of different solvents or mixtures such as alcohol, most commonly used solvent, extracts many healing properties from the plant material. Vodka 100 proof is best, 80 proof will do. Brandy or rum are the types of alcohol used frequently. Now, some herbalists like to use scotch, a cheap scotch. That's what they like to use because may not necessarily make a difference. Some of them, some who do drink will say, well, I'm not going to spend all my money on getting this high end when I'm just making a tincture. It's still going to have the same effect. There are some plants that should be used dried for an extract, and some that it doesn't matter whether they are fresh or dried. Plants that have a lot of constituents that are toxic are better dried before making an extract tincture because it helps to kind of mellow them out. There are those that it doesn't matter whether dried or not because they don't have a high water content to them. Now, another way to make a tincture is a vinegar tincture. And tinctures made with vinegar must be used within 1 year. And that's more for dried herb vinegar. And you don't have to worry about that. But if you do use vinegar, though, one thing is, If you're going to use a metal lid, you need to put a plastic bag or something between so you don't get this slimy, gooey, black stuff, you know? You don't want that. And but it's not the same as using apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider vinegar like Bragg's with the mother in it, because it is supposed to help with your overall health. It's been said that it helps with arthritis. And so that's what Susan Weed was saying. So now another way to do it is vegetable glycerin. Use nothing but food-grade vegetable glycerin for tincturing. It got me started more into the herbs. It all took an email from my dad on making ginger soda, and it was by learningherbs.com, and that's how I got started. And herbmentor.com is another one. Okay, let's see.
Can you purchase
oils, infusing oils? Choosing the oil you will use should be based on availability, sustainability, and skin sensitivities. Herb-infused oils can be made from oils such as coconut, apricot, sweet almond, avocado, grapeseed, or sunflower. However, many crafters of herbal medicine will tell you that a good quality organic olive oil is the best. This is primarily due to the stability of the oil and its extremely potent medicinal oil. Granted, the use of fresh herbs places your oil at a greater risk for bacterial growth due to the high moisture content of the fresh plant material, which can ultimately lead to a spoiled oil. For the best results and longest shelf life, use dried herbs when making medicinal oils. But if you use fresh, make sure and harvest them after 11 o'clock, because if you harvest before 11 o'clock, there's still dew on it. If you're dealing with a juicy plant like comfrey, you just let it wilt overnight. Now the method of preparation for it, there are primarily two ways to prepare herbal infused oils. Solar or cold infusion, which is number one. Fill a glass jar 2/3 to 3/4 full of herbs, and then cover the dried plant material by filling the entire jar with your oil of choice. Stir to combine and allow the oil and herb mixture to steep for 2 to 4 weeks in a warm and safe. Rosemary Glasstar in her book Herbal Recipes for Vibrant Health in a double boiler. Lotions. However, you may not be able to immediately use all of your oil. The following are a few tips for protecting, preserving, and prolonging the life of your medicinal oil. Once your oil is done infusing and strained, protect it from heat, light, and air using colored glass containers are very helpful in extending the life of homemade oil extracts. If you wish, add a natural preservative directly to the oil, i.e. vitamin oil. Now, if you're going to use strictly vitamin E oil, so that would be something to watch out and to consider when looking for vitamin E oil. So it's not. Essential oils of benzoin, myrrh or rosemary, grapefruit seed extract. Generally, herb-infused oils will keep on the shelf in a cool, dark place for up to a year. Refrigerate your oils if you have space. Herbal tonic is a solution or other preparation made from a specially selected assortment of the kinds of plants known as herbs, which brings me to my demonstration. Now, this demonstration, I got this recipe from a DVD I watched, and I haven't had to take it, surprisingly, but my brother and my dad have, and we've had success. A lot of things that I've used is usually on someone else that has a problem, and I don't know how to get it. Onion, ginger, horseradish, and the one thing I'm missing is cayenne. I forgot to grab that. But you usually want to use fresh cayenne if at all possible, and as much cayenne as you want. If you don't want much, just use one cayenne. We don't use too much because I know that my dad and my brother would have a fit. All you need is just after you use it, after you strain it, you can. If you use some blender, remember it has plant material, but that's okay.